Welcome back to Arsenal News TV, and today we're going to look at how Arsenal could line up versus Liverpool. So we're going to go straight into the formation, and I think, is Mikel Arteta going to go with the 4-2-3-1 formation, or is he going to refer back to the 3-4-3 system, or is he going to play his preferred formation, which is 4-3-3? But I think Mikel Arteta is going to stick with the 4-2-3-1 formation because, first of all, it has made us play some sensational football, but at the same time it has started to show our defensive weaknesses as well. But at the same time, there has been some solidity in defence, and there has been a little bit of attacking output as well, and I think there's a good balance between attack and defence. So I think Mikel Arteta is going to stick with the 4-2-3-1 system, and when he has the opportunity, when the squad starts to evolve and we start to get better players, he will probably go with a 4-3-3 system with a CDM with two attacking midfielders ahead of him. So we're going to go straight into the goalkeeper, and it's going to be a pretty easy one for me, and that's going to be Bernd Leno. And today we're going to look at how Mikel Arteta is going to line up Arsenal, and I'll state my predictions as well as to who I want to see in that position as well. But in goal, I think I have no problems with Bernd Leno going on, and I think Mikel Arteta has no problems with Bernd Leno going in goal as well. So we're going to go straight into the left back position, and this is another position such as the goalkeeper where it will never change, hopefully, and that is Kieran Tierney. And Kieran Tierney is back into training, as we saw in the training video which I looked at for Things Spotted, and we clearly see that Kieran Tierney is back in training, and he is someone that had a decent international break with 3 assists in one of the games he played in. So Kieran Tierney starting at left back is a must if you're Mikel Arteta, and someone that is pivotal to the way the team plays. So I think Mikel Arteta is going to go with Kieran Tierney in the left back position, and in the left centre back position, who is Mikel Arteta going to go with? And many have questions over whether it's Pablo Mari and Gabriel Magalhaes, and to be honest, both of those players look very sensational, and both of them have good competition for a lot of years to come, and it's good that they're both fighting for each other, and it's a good healthy competition, meaning that the players will be fighting for their places. But for this game, I think Mikel Arteta is going to go with Gabriel Magalhaes in the left centre back position. So next we're going to look at the right centre-back position, and is Mikel Arteta going to go with David Luiz? But from the most recent news, we have heard that David Luiz has been injured and he will miss the game against Liverpool. And in my eyes, I think this is a very good opportunity for Mikel Arteta to try both Gabriel Magalhaes and Pablo Mari together. And I think that will be something that Mikel Arteta will be able to implement into the squad, and something that I would love to see, and I've been calling for days and days, just to play Gabriel Magalhaes and Pablo Mari as the two centre-backs. And I think this is the opportunity for Mikel Arteta to go with Pablo Mari in the right centre-back position. Even though there's an opportunity for Mikel Arteta to refer back to Rob Holding, but I think he's going to go with Pablo Mari, and that's what I would like to do as well. Next up, we're going to look at the right back position, and this is where we have a lot of questions. We got 3 players that have been playing very well in the form of Callum Chambers, Cedric Soares, and also Hector Bellerin has his moments here and there. And who is Mikel Arteta going to go with? Is he going to go with Callum Chambers? Is he going to go with Cedric Soares? Or is he going to go with Hector Bellerin? When it comes to Hector Bellerin and Callum Chambers, both of them weren't off due to the international break, and they were still training with the Gunners. But when it comes to Cedric Soares, he did train with Portugal, and he also got an assist in one of the matches. So who is Mikel Arteta going to go with? And I think Mikel Arteta is going to go with Hector Bellerin, even though I would love to see the likes of Callum Chambers be given another go. But I think he's going to go with Hector Bellerin, and the reason being is the fact that Hector Bellerin has always been a fan favourite for Mikel Arteta, and he's someone that will be definitely starting in this right back position, even though I'd love to see either Callum Chambers or Cedric Soares playing in that right back spot. Next, we're going to look at the left centre mid position, and this is where there's going to be a lot of questions. Who is Mikel Arteta going to go with? Well, I think it's either going to be between Granit Xhaka or Mohamed Elneny or Dani Ceballos, and I think Mikel Arteta is going to go with Elneny. And this is a really funny shout, because many would expect why not go for Granit Xhaka, but I think he's going to go with Elneny, and this is because Elneny is someone that has shown his worth to the club in certain moments, and he also scored a screamer against one of the teams that he played for in Egypt. And the main reason why I think Mikel Arteta is going to go with El Neni is the fact that Granit Xhaka played in the international break, and I think if it comes to Liverpool, knowing Jurgen Klopp, he is someone that's going to target their weakness, and I see Granit Xhaka, even though he seemed to be the best player of the season in some certain sources, it looks like Mohamed El Neni would be starting, and someone that's more defensive and someone that can offer Mikel Arteta something when it comes to having a difficult balance. But when it comes for me, I'd rather see Granit Xhaka in that position, or even the likes of Miguel Aziz, which I'm not going to see happen at all. I'm just kidding with that one. But when it comes to Mohamed El Neni, I think he's someone that's going to probably start this game, someone that's been talked about having a new contract, and Mikel Arteta seems to be a favourite when it comes to El Neni. But I would love to see Granit Xhaka there, but I think Mikel Arteta is going to go with Mohamed El Neni. Now, when it comes to the right centre mid position, and for me, I would love to see the likes of Dani Ceballos being given an option, but for me, he has just failed this season. He has failed to impress apart from that one game. I think it was the FA Cup, but that was last season against Sheffield United, my bad. But when it comes to Dani Ceballos this time, all I can remember what he's done this season is made mistakes and cost us important goals. But that's all I remember of of Dani Ceballos. But I think Mikel Arteta is going to stick with one man, and that is Thomas Partey, someone that's back from training, someone that's back to his level, back to his best, and he has no injuries, which is a huge plus for the Gunners. And I think Mikel Arteta is going to go with Thomas Partey in the right centre mid position, someone that we clearly see from the Arsenal training video, the fact that he has been improving his shooting, and someone that's going to show his abilities on the pitch versus Liverpool. Now we're going to move into the centre attacking midfield option, and in this number 10 role, there's only 3 players which I see could play in that position: Martin Ødegaard, Willian, and Emil Smith-Rowe. But also Mikel Arteta has trialled putting Dani Ceballos in that position, but I think he only did that against Olympiacos for a more defensive option. But I think Mikel Arteta is going to go with Martin Ødegaard. First of all, the reason is Emil Smith-Rowe is injured and he wasn't seen in training, so he will be missing that game. And also the fact that Willian is someone that can also play on both wings. So I think Mikel Arteta is going to go with Martin Ødegaard, and for me, he's someone that I wouldn't mind playing in that squad. But from the latest news regarding Martin Ødegaard, it looks like Erling Haaland may decide the future if he moves to Real Madrid this season. So you have to wait and see what happens with Martin Ødegaard, if he will be able to be signed permanently by Arsenal. And you have to wait and see what happens. So now we're going to move on to the left winger role, and who is Mikel Arteta going to go with? Well, we can hear that the fact that Emil Smith-Rowe was missed in training, so he won't be starting in this game, and he won't even probably feature at all in this game as well. But when it comes to the left winger role, it leaves with 2 other options. The first player is Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and the second player is Willian, and the third player actually is Gabriel Martinelli. But I think Arsenal and Mikel Arteta, knowing Mikel Arteta, I think he's going to go with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang for the fact that he has been in good confidence. He's someone that's been showing his abilities, and someone that scored a goal and an assist for Gabon in one of the matches. So when it comes to Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, he's someone that's in a good form of confidence, someone that's really happy, and someone that creates a buzz to the squad. And I think Mikel Arteta is going to go with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. But for me, I would love to see Gabriel Martinelli being given an option, even rated really highly by Liverpool players as well. And for me, I wouldn't mind seeing Gabriel Martinelli there, or even Willian. But I think Mikel Arteta is going to go with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and I do think it's the right decision, the fact that Emil Smith-Rowe's injured, and with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang in good confidence, and someone that's been scoring a goal and he scored an assist, then that's something that we need to have. And when it's a happy Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, that's a good Arsenal squad in my opinion. Now, we're going to go in the right winger role, and who is Mikel Arteta going to go with? Well, even though bukayo Saka has had a boost in when it comes to his injury because he was seen in training and he was training with the first team, Wooly starts against Liverpool, and I think it's a bit too soon, and I think Mikel Arteta realises the fact that don't put players too soon into a match, and that's what we learned easily from Thomas Partey. So I think Mikel Arteta is going to go with Nicolas Pepe in the right winger role, and hopefully he does, because Nicolas Pepe hasn't done a foot wrong in my opinion, and I feel really sad for not giving him the option to play in the team. And hopefully Mikel Arteta does play in this time round, and I think he will, because I think he sees Willian as a left winger now and Nicolas Pepe as a right winger, and I do want to see Nicolas Pepe given the opportunity as well, because Bukayo Saka is someone that I don't want to rush in straight away. He's a young age at the time, even though he's been sensational for the Gunners. Why not play Nicolas Pepe? He needs to start to show his worth to the club, and he's someone that's been in a good spirits as well, and good confidence, and in a good form lately as well. Now we're going to move to the striker role, and this is becoming an easy option to choose, and that's going to be Alexandre Lacazette. And we were discussing earlier about the fact that Gabriel Martinelli be put into this new position, that Mikel Arteta is going to work with him as a new centre forward, but it looks like Mikel Arteta has other options such as Folarin Balogun and Eddie Nketiah, but they both look like they're not getting a look in at all. So when it comes to Mikel Arteta, he pretty much has Alexandre Lacazette or Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang to choose from, with Gabriel Martinelli being an option, but he can be also deployed in both wings as well. But I think Mikel Arteta is going to go with Alexandre Lacazette, and for me, I have no problems whatsoever with Alexandre Lacazette. He is someone that's been in good form. He's someone that saved us against West Ham, and someone that always loves to score against big games, and that's a game against Liverpool that we have to win, and I can really rely upon Alexandre Lacazette. So this is the lineup I'm going to think Mikel Arteta is going to go with, and I think this is our Arsenal lineup versus Liverpool. Hopefully you guys agree as well, but for me, I would love to see this Gabriel Magalhaes and Pablo Mari partnership, and maybe a Cedric Soares in the right back row, or even a Callum Chambers. I wouldn't mind either of them, but for me, Hector Bellerin hasn't done enough to get into the lineup, but I think Mikel Arteta is going to stick with Hector Bellerin. That's something we clearly seem to see, that Hector Bellerin is Mikel Arteta's fan favourite. And then maybe in the left centre mid position, I think I would love to see a Granit Xhaka in that team, but when it comes to Mikel Arteta, there has to be some reasons why I think he will go with Mohamed El Neni and not Granit Xhaka. And the reason maybe is the fact that Granit Xhaka played a lot of games on the international break, and he was crucial in the comeback for their latest match. So when it comes to Arsenal, I think Mikel Arteta is going to go with El Neni, who's more defensive minded, and give Thomas Partey the freedom to attack in those areas. And I think when it comes to the left winger role and right winger role, I think Willian putting in there is no problem as well. But Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is the club captain and someone that's definitely going to start every game, if not all the games. So we have to rely upon Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Hopefully he can get a goal or an assist so he can carry on his good form from Gabon. But other than that, guys, this is the way I think Mikel Arteta is going to line up Arsenal versus Liverpool. But other than that, guys, remain blessed. Stay tuned for the next video, and peace.